So to have a good transfer of milk in breastfeeding for baby, we are always concentrating on latch. And very often mothers are, focused on how to get a deep latch so that there is prevention of engorgement, prevention of plug ducts or injury to the nipple, maybe like bleeding nipples sometimes mothers may have. So very often there is this constant debate on how to get a deep latch for the baby. And what we sometimes don't focus on is the positioning. The positioning of the baby, in my opinion and in my experience, is almost 80% of your work. So to focus on that, there are different positions that often are talked about, like a cradle hold, cross-cradle hold, a football hold. So these are three most important holds that are often spoken about, and also the laid back breastfeeding method, which works really beautifully well because it also kind of automatically, naturally aligns the baby's body and takes care of the positioning very naturally. That's why the laid back method really works beautifully. So how do we achieve the laid back approach if I am on the move and I'm not at home and I can't really lie down? So how can I achieve that? So what I've noticed is that the cross cradle hold or the cradle hold is often working with the mother's forearm and the wrist. So that's what it's using anatomically to position the baby. For example, our cradle hold will be this way. So getting the baby to be here. So this is mostly using the forearm of the mother for positioning the baby, to stabilize the baby, and also the wrist that's holding the weight of the baby, even if I'm using a pillow, for example. So what we often forget is that the baby needs to be able to achieve a good alignment of the whole body, and it requires a complete support of the entire body of the baby. And so to get our body, the mother's body, from out of extension, we need to engage with three most important muscles.